enjoy our bye week here as the Ravens get ready for the Pittsburgh Steelers next week. We welcome in one of the many injured Baltimore Ravens, very sadly, our tight end Ben Watson, who never made it onto the field this year, but we had him all set up for a swabbing and fun stuff and radio shows, and instead he's trying to get himself right. First off, Ben, how you feeling, man? Everything going getting a little better? Last time I saw you, you were on some sort of little vehicle out there. You look like you're having fun with it somehow.
I was. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I probably had a scooter of some sort. When you tear your Achilles or any other type of lower leg injury, you get a little scooter to scoot around on, and then you get crutches. But right now, I'm happy to say that I'm done with the scooter. I'm done with the crutches. I moved on to a walking boot. So it's great to have my hands free and being able to do stuff, but I still got a long road ahead of me.
Yeah, this is not the way football players are supposed. You're supposed to be playing football this time of year, right? I mean, it's got to be killing you sitting on the outside watching this thing unfold, huh?
Well, it's crazy because, after so many years, your body knows when it's time to play. And so even now I have dreams that I'm out there playing. Then I wake up and all of a sudden, I can't really play. Or I have dreams the night before the game that I had a good game, which happens a lot of times for guys, only to realize that I'm going to have to watch the game on TV. But this time has been tough, obviously. But, there have been some silver linings. I've had time to spend with my family and stuff like that, and I'm still happy to be here in Baltimore. I mean, my family's enjoying being here, and we've been able to, connect to the community a little bit, not as much as we would like, but still met some great people here. So looking forward to next year now as far as the field goes, but also as far as everything else that we like to be involved in.
Now, I want to get on to the field in a minute, but I know you're partnering up with Cheerful Giving, Lyft, and Ticket City. You're doing this ultimate game day experience. I want to give you a chance to talk a little bit about that. You're working with the One More Foundation, right? Folks can learn more at cheerfulgiving.com. Dude, I don't even know you that well. I mean, a handful of times back in preseason and through training camp, and I saw your family down on the field, my wife and all she's been through and all that. But I know that, this is right up your alley, right? Cheerful Giving. I'm like, that sounds like something Ben Watson would be involved in, right?
Definitely. Well, I didn't even know much about Cheerful Giving until not too long ago, but learning more about them, what they are, there's an app you can get on your phone as well as a website, but they link givers to their causes. And it's a great organization that allows you to look and see what interests you. Many times people want to be involved with certain causes but don't quite know how, so what Cheerful Giving does is give you an opportunity to donate directly to a cause that you would like to affect. And our foundation is called One More, and we started in 2009 with the purpose of spreading the love and hope of Christ to one more soul. And we do that by meeting people's real needs, whether it's food, clothing, shelter, or providing for education. We're looking forward to doing a couple events here in the Baltimore area, mainly around Christmas time, where we do an event where we bring in 25 different families and have a program for them and provide them to do some shopping for their children, stuff like that. We've been involved in. We most recently teamed up with International Justice Mission, which fights sex trafficking and human slavery, which there's a lot of that going on worldwide that kind of goes under the radar. And so that's kind of an organization that's actually based in this area that we wanted to support. But yes, as you mentioned, the Ultimate Game Day Experience, it's a chance for a fan and their guests to come and see the Ravens play the Steelers, which
I hope they're wearing purple. By the way, no Steelers fans eligible for this, just FYI.
Exactly. When they were asking me what game I like to do this for, I said, you know what, I hear that this Steelers-Ravens game is a big one.
It's kind of a big deal around here, Ben. It really is.
Deal. Exactly. So I said, that's a game that I want people to get a chance to go to. So for donating $25 to our foundation, One More, through Cheerful Giving, one fan will be picked next week, and they'll get a chance to have free car service to and from the game for the Ravens Steelers in about a week and a half from now.
It's all brought to you by Lyft and Ticket City. You can learn more at cheerfulgiving.com. Benjamin Watson is my guest here for a little portion of the day here while he's rehabbing and getting himself better. Let's get on to the field here for a minute, and then I'm going to get more to off the field and what goes on with football players. But these are tough times, right? I mean, you've been in these circumstances. You played on good teams. You played on bad teams. You even played in Cleveland for a little while. I would say for where the season is and it's teetering, you're one of the many reasons. I don't say excuses. I call them reasons. I don't think you can go into the season without Suggs, with Mosley now out, Yonda now out. Obviously, Ronnie Stanley struggling. Doomerville's had trouble getting on the field. You never got on the field. This is not the way Ozzie drew it up back in March and April, but it's the way John has to make it work on Halloween.
Exactly, and every team has to deal with injuries at some point. Unfortunately for the Ravens, I know last year I wasn't here, but I know last year was very tough when it came to guys on IR and injuries. But this is something that across the league, if you look, there are guys that are going to get injured every single week, and that's what makes the good coaches great. They have to deal with this sort of thing. But it's kind of been the tale of two seasons for us. I mean, you look at the first 3 weeks, we won games, although they were close games, we won them, and then the last 4 weeks, we've lost games, but they've been close games that we've lost, and so it's very tough as a player. Like you said, I've been on teams that have not won a game until six weeks in, and then a team that's gone undefeated and ever in between. But the mantra never really changes when you're in that situation. You still know what you have to do. You have to go out there and do it, and you look at how you prepare. You look at everything's under a microscope when you lose, for everybody. And everybody's job is up for grabs, when you're losing. And so you just have to intensify that much more and identify 2 or 3 things that you can change. Because when you look at it, teams win and teams lose. There's not that much difference. It's just, what are they doing? Is it third down that you're struggling on? Is it turnovers that you're struggling on? Is it the run game? Is it defensively? What is it? You identify those things, and you have to be able to have improvement throughout the season. The teams that don't improve throughout the season get left behind.
He is Benjamin Watson, tight end for the Baltimore Ravens, injured right now, and out talking about this incredible little thing he's put together with the ultimate game day experience. You can learn more at cheerfulgiving.com, and you can also find out off of his Twitter page as well. Back onto the field for one more minute, and then I want to get off the field and talk a little bit about your book and a little bit about your work in the community. But, in turning these things around, when you talk about one play, I mean, obviously the offensive line, which you're a member of at various points in a blocking scheme, when you're losing offensive line guys and they're lining up in other positions and they're going down in this way and you're rushing for 6 yards on 12 rushes in a game, I just don't know how you can be successful if you can't run the ball at least a little bit in this league.
Well, especially in this division. I mean, this division throughout my career has been one that's been predicated upon defense and running the football. And as you look at, teams that win later in the year, they're able to run the football. Look, every team is going to have a game or so where they don't produce in the running game, and they have to win it through special teams or defensively or through the passing game. But it is tough as an offensive lineman when you're changing positions. And, with an offensive line and with a running back, they kind of work hand in hand. There has to be some sort of synergy there. When guys are coming out because of injury or whatever the reason, you have to shift guys over. It seems like it's an easy thing to do, but it's not that easy to tell a guy to swing guard to go to tackle or vice versa or go to center. There's always some hiccups there, and it takes some. You have to be comfortable in that position, making the calls from that position, having that type of communication. And so, again, if you would ask any guy in our locker room, we would all say that those are challenges, but they're not excuses. Every team, since football started, has had to deal with these sorts of things, and we've got to do a better job of overcoming some of these obstacles.
You can follow him out on Twitter, and tens of thousands do. He is Benjamin Watson, and of course you can follow him at Benjamin S. Watson. And let's get on to the off-the-field issues here. And, I want to bring the Colin Kaepernick story into this, and obviously you've inked Under Our Skin, getting real about race, and you've been as outspoken as there is a guy. You're a pretty decorated guy. You're into your 30s at this point. You've made your money. You've had your championships and all that. Maybe it's easier for you to speak out than it is for a 22 or 23 or 24-year-old person. But I always find it fascinating, especially being a guy with a voice of my own, in radio here for 25 years. And when I say something, people say, shut up and stick to sports, right? But when they say something on Facebook...
They tell you that too?
Yeah, they do, yes. Of course they do. This has to do with them, not us, quite frankly. But I find the Kaepernick thing, I was a little offended by it in the beginning, saying, look, you're in a team sport, you're getting paid to wear the shield, you're not getting paid to make that sort of thought in the middle of the game, in the middle of the national anthem. And the more that it's gone on, the more I have sided with him and his speech because of the hatred that comes out of speech. And I'm sure, being an outspoken fellow like yourself, you're no stranger to being a pinata in the public space.
It definitely, it's good to hear that somebody else gets told to stick to sports because that seems
every day of my life, my brother. I've kind of got a big mouth. I don't know if you've heard that or not, but
it's interesting because whatever occupation you're in, if it's sports or radio, whatever it is, if you're an athlete, I pay taxes, I vote, I get pulled over for speeding, I go to the grocery store, I do all the things that everybody else in America does.
Dude, let's keep it real. You probably pay more taxes than money I've ever made because you're a professional athlete, and that's the way it rolls, man, right? I mean, literally.
That's the way it rolls. You're in the highest percentile, and they're going to get you in every state plus the federal, and that's just how it goes. But, my point is that I have a vested interest in this country, and so I care about what goes on, and so I'm going to speak about faith or about taxes or about laws or about politics or different things, different issues that come up that we see on the news, and I should have just as much right to my opinion as anybody else. When it comes to Colin Kaepernick, there has been so much hate, vitriol thrown at him that has been insulting to him as a human. There's one thing to disagree with someone, and that is fine. We all can disagree. That's fine. But when you start telling people they need to be shot or putting them on their picture up with a rifle scope on there saying this person needs to leave the country or be killed or needs to be hung, whatever it may be, that to me goes past just disagreeing. And that type of stuff has no place in a dialogue in the United States of America. It just doesn't.
Well, there's a lot of hate speech in America right now, and it should frighten everyone, quite frankly. It frightens me.
I agree. Me too, because it just points to a blatant disrespect of humanity. And again, there's a way that we can disagree with each other and be very strong with it, and we may never agree. Look, there are people that fundamentally I think different than they do, but I have respect for them as a human, and there's certain things that I wouldn't say that I want to happen to them. With Colin stand up for the national anthem, look, I respect 100% the reason why he's doing it. I think he's brought awareness. I think he's raised the consciousness. He started a conversation.
Yeah, I kind of like that we're talking about it, right? We wouldn't be talking about it if he didn't do it right now, right?
I agree, and I said before that it never crossed my mind to stand for to sit or kneel for the national anthem, and even if I was playing, I probably wouldn't. Not because I don't agree with the reason why he's kneeling, but because that's just not something that came to my mind to do. But the point, I'm hoping now though that we can make progress. And the great thing about athletes that I've seen is that these guys care about what's going on. No matter what side of the aisle they stand, they care about what's going on in the country. And these are young kids. You mentioned that I'm in my 30s, so I'm kind of on the older end. But the guys that are in their 20s, the rookies, first year, second year, third year players, they care about what's going on. And it's great for them to be educated on the policies. It's great for them to have an opinion because they're not going to be football players forever. They're going to have to go into society and do other things. And so it's always important for them to be aware of what's going on in the country and have an opinion about it.
You're a good man, Ben Watson. We'll be following you at Benjamin S. Watson on Twitter. Don't forget the Ultimate Game Day experience through Cheerful Giving. You can download the app there and visit them at cheerfulgiving.com. A couple of fans are going to win the Lyft car service and tickets for the game against the Steelers next week. We're going to do a little Steelers butt kicking around here. Get well soon, Ben Watson. We will, I'm looking forward to continuing this conversation sometime in the future, my man.
We'd love to do so. I appreciate it.
You got it. Ben Watson joining us here from the Ravens out in Owings Mills, doing a good turn for Cheerful Giving at cheerfulgiving.com. You can learn more about how to enter there and give there. And that's kind of a cool concept. You want to give some money away. Who do I want to give it to? Here's some good ideas. I kind of dig that. You can find me out in the Bayou Toyota Audio Vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We come in crystal clear anywhere you are. Our morning newspaper ships to your email inbox at 7 a.m. each and every morning. That is powered up by Planet Fitness and planetfitness.com. Last but never least, our best service is our breaking news text service. You can get on that for free. It's all brought to you by Coons Ford of Security Boulevard. And Dennis will be here on Thursday driving you home from 3 until 5. It is the SSV on WNST. We're at Buffalo Wild Wings in Owings Mills on Monday night. Every Monday night doing the best seat in the house promotion with our friends at Fully Loaded Transportation. And come on out, eat the blazing wings, win the $25 gift card, get the limo and the $100 gift card. It's all Monday nights at Buffalo Wild Wings of of Owings Mills. Big party we're throwing on November the 12th. It's free of charge. It's open to anyone that likes my wife or likes our story or wants to come and meet the man who saved my wife's life twice on the Bone Marrow Registry. Wear something German. Bring some schnitzel, some strudel, something like that. It's going to be at Roost Chris Pier 5 on November 12th. We have a Facebook page up on that, and you can reach to me in any of the popular media methods. I'm a very available individual. Nasty at WNST.net. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, streaming live on Facebook Live, as well as our YouTube WNSTV channel. We are WNST.net, AM 1570 and WNST Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.